Perfect. All right, so just go ahead and meet me standing on that mat. You're just going to reach those hands up towards the ceiling and then give me that big, big reach. Gaze goes all the way up. Grab that right arm and pull it over to that left side for me. Take that big inhale and exhale there. And then grab that left wrist, bringing it over to that right side for me. Big inhale there. Come back to center. One more big reach up towards that ceiling, and then bring your hands behind your head for me. You're going to go right into that good morning stretch, lowering down on that 2 count, big lift and squeeze. I'm also so sore from this class I took yesterday and this morning that I can barely walk. Big lift all the way up. I'm still playing around with this lighting. I know it's kind of dark. Hopefully you can still see me. About 10 more seconds in that good morning stretch, thinking about shifting those hips to the back of the room and then lifting all the way back up. Just give me 2 more right here. Big reach and that lift. Good. 1 more to go. All the way down, lift and squeeze. Hold at the top for me right here. We're going to get right into some leg work today. You're going to start in that reverse lunge on your right side. So right leg is going to go back. I want you to drive that right knee back. You can either give it a tap on that mat or just come a couple inches above, but nice and slow to start. We're not repping it out. Think of this still as that warm up, getting everything nice and warm. Big inhale here, and then that big exhale. So that right foot, as it comes back, you're going to drive through that left heel as you bring that knee up either towards that ceiling, or you can just tap that toe. Option for you to add that knee lift in here, or just keep standing at the top of that range. Again, all you're doing is staying in that reverse lunge. You've got about 20 seconds left. Slow and control. Here's where I want you to think about relaxing your shoulders down, plugging your belly button in. So when you think about contracting your abs, it's not about sucking in, it's about really embracing that core, zipping everything up. 10 seconds for me, and you're going to meet me at the top of that range. I want you to give me that knee lift hold in 5, 4, good, 3 and 2. Now lift that right knee up and hold for me right here. Hold. Take a big inhale. Hands can either go into prayer. You're going to reach that right foot to that wall behind you, and then you're going to bring that knee back up. Options to keep your hands in prayer, option to reach towards that opposite wall. I'm fine with either, depending on your balance. So you're bringing that right knee in nice and slow and controlled. You're extending that right leg back, and then you pull everything back in. Again, big extension as I get my own balance under control. Big extension here, and then pull that knee in. Every time that you reach that right toe behind you, I need you to again contract your abs. Keep your hips square for me. If anyone needs to modify here, you'll just drop that back foot down, staggering, and then shifting those hips to the back of the room. 20 seconds to go. And then we're going to put those 2 movements together, adding that reverse lunge with a knee lift into that single leg deadlift in 5, in 4, let's add it together in 3, stay nice, slow and controlled in 2, and then add it together. So you're going to give me 1 reverse lunge and then drive that knee up towards your chest and then shoot that right foot to the back of the room. Hands can either reach or hands can stay in prayer position here. But what I really want you to think about is the slow controlled movement, the length that you're creating as you reach in opposition in that that standing single leg deadlift. But then when you're in your reverse lunge, make sure that knee still hits that mat. Drive through your left heel as you reach that knee back up. About 15 seconds left right here. You're going to meet me in that single leg deadlift. So you're going to meet me in that nice long position for your first hold right here. 3 changes each side to get you started. No pulses, just this final hold in 5, 4, good, 3 and 2, 1, hold for me right here. I need you to create as much length as you can behind that right knee. I want you to squeeze your right cheek, soft bend in your left leg. Option to reach those hands nice and long. Option to stay in prayer. You still have 15 seconds right here, so I want you to take that breath, and I want you to think as you're pressing those palms together, you're squeezing those glutes. Final 8, 7, and you rest. 6, we're going to go right into that other side. In 5, you stand. 4 and 3, final 2, stand right back up for me. Take that big inhale. Hands reach up towards that ceiling, finding that soft back bend. Hands come back down to your side. We're going to get right into it. Left leg comes back into that reverse lunge, and we're just going to tap that toe at the top. My friends who want that extra challenge, if you really want to add that knee lift right from the start, you're welcome to, but just think about where you're squeezing. Now you're driving through that right heel, left knee comes down to tap that mat or just a couple inches above, and then you're going to drive that knee up towards your chest, or you're just going to tap that toe at the top. Big inhale here, and then that exhale. So think to yourself, big inhale, and that exhale as you stand, really controlled in the movement. Your lunge is all about relaxing your shoulders, contracting your abs, and now driving through that right leg. Just less than 15 seconds here. And then you're going to give me that knee lift. If you want to add the knee lift into your lunge, you've got 10 seconds to go before that knee stays nice and high. We go into single leg deadlift on that opposite side. And 5, good, 4, breathe, 3 and 2. Meet me at the top of your range, top of that range. Left leg is lifted. You extend that left leg to the back of the room, and then you lift and squeeze. Really trying to get your body parallel to that floor before you stand all the way back up. Think to yourself, your weight is in that right foot now, almost like those toes are gripping the floor. As you drive that left knee to your chest, you're using your lower abs. And then when you're fully extended, you're squeezing your glute and reaching those arms so your shoulders pull away from your ears. 15 seconds in this full range movement. Don't give up on it. Full extension, and then you pull everything back into center. You're welcome to hold on to something with that right hand if you need to. I need 5 seconds, and then we add it together. Here's where everything should be starting to get warm. 4 and 3, let's add it together. 1 reverse lunge, 1 single leg deadlift, and 2, here it is. Step back for your lunge, drive your knee up, and then give me that full reach. For those of you who didn't have time to put your Balas on yet, it's nice to feel what body weight movement feels like here, so that you know where you're squeezing as you drop down into that lunge, as you lift that leg up, squeezing that glute, and then extending into that single leg deadlift. 15 seconds to go, and then you're in that final hold, and then you're out of that nice, very active warm-up that we had this morning. 10 seconds here, and then we're in a hold in 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5. Final 4, 3, 2, everybody up, hold, 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 hold. Yes. I bet you can bring that chest just a hint forward, really find that parallel. Yes, squeeze that cheek for me. Hold here, 10, 9, good, 8 and 7, final 6 and 5. You have 4 and 3, last 2, everybody stands. Hands reach up towards the ceiling. You're going to be on the mat for about a minute, so you can leave your computers where they are. Dive your hands down to your mat for me. You're headed into 45 seconds in that push-up. I want you to walk your feet back, find that high plank for me, zip everything up, and then I want you to find your push-up form. So feet are either going to open up here, or you're going to come to the meaty part of your knees. I want a hand release push-up for 30 seconds in 3, in 2, you're going to lower all the way down. You're going to release your hands from that mat. Then you're going to exhale and press up. Now know that your arms have not had a lot of love yet, so take your time in these push-ups. Your legs, your core are all awake right now. You have 15 seconds to go. Remember, inhale as you lower, exhale as you press to lift. You still are making sure that you're contracted in your abs, your glutes are tucked under, squeezing here. In 5 seconds, you're back in your plank for me. In 4, find that high plank. In 3, get that last push up in. In 2, everybody find your high plank and hold for me. Find that plank and hold. Big inhale, open those feet up for me, and then lift your hips up towards the ceiling. I want you to start pedaling out your knees. Bending that right knee, pressing through that left, bending that left, pressing through that right. Just start to pedal out those knees. Find that stretch in those legs that are sore. And then you're going to walk your hands into your feet into your hands, and you are going to slowly roll yourself up to the top of that range. Beautiful, almost out of that standing leg work. From here, I want you to stand up nice and tall. You're gonna bring your heels together, toes apart for me. So that narrow piece of pizza here. And then I want you to bend your knees, sink your seat down towards your heels. Find a slight hinge forward. I'll turn to the side, slight hinge. Bring your right leg to about 4 or 5 o'clock. So it's at that angle. Hands are gonna come to prayer. If you need to hold onto a chair or wall dresser, you can. I want you to hover that toe right above the mat. It's a slight tuck in your tailbone. You should be engaged in that right side. The left knee is bent. Hands are either in prayer or on your hips. Notice that long line you're creating. Now start to squeeze up an inch and down an inch. up an inch and down an inch. Single leg work right here. Your left thigh is going to be warm. If you start to lose your balance, all I want you to do is hold on to something. You are squeezing and releasing in that glute, squeezing and releasing in that glute. You have it. Think to yourself here, that left knee is bent, that right leg, I don't care how high it goes. All I care is that you are squeezing that glute and then finding that hint of a release. I need you to pretend like you have a cast on that leg. So every time you squeeze, you're finding length in the back of that knee. Hold for me at the top in 3, in 2. Now hold for me right here, a little bend and extend. Like you're trying to flick something off of the top of that foot. 2-inch bend, big reach. 2-inch bend, big reach. You've got it. Really big extension, like your toe is reaching for the back of the room. It's all micro movements. Think center booty, that little bit of your outer thigh, but think that your left leg should be starting to really fire up here. Hold for me in 4, hold for me in 3. You've got it. 2. Now freeze right where you are. Can you lift that right leg 1 inch higher? You might have to hinge forward a little bit more. Squeeze your right cheek. Now I need you to pulse down an inch with your left leg and up an inch. It's a baby movement, but just enough where I need you to focus on keeping that right leg lifted, find your balance, keep that glute contracted. Now bend down an inch, up an inch, almost like you were in that plie. So you're lowering down and then lifting and squeezing. All you have is a hold left. It's quick, but it should be right in the center of your booty. 5 more pulses, 4 more pulses, 3 to go. Relax shoulders. 2. Now freeze for me right here. I need you to take a big inhale. On your exhale, bend your left knee 1 inch further. Lift that right leg up just a hint more. Find all of the extension. Press your palms together. It's 10 seconds. It's a tiny little series, but it should really fire up center booty right here. Hold 5, 4, good. 3 and 2. Stand all the way up on 1. Shake it out. Give those legs a little bit of a punch. Last little bit in those legs before we go into arms and abs, and then we hit that mat. Bring your heels together, toes apart. Take a big inhale. I want you to relax your shoulders, contract your abs. You're going to bend your knees, sink your seat down toward those heels. Extend that left leg to about 7 o'clock. Hinge forward for me. And then I want you to hover and lift that left leg. Find your balance. Find that nice long line. Now start squeezing up an inch and down an inch here. Your core is tucked under. Your glutes are tucked under. Your core is pulled in nice and tight. That right knee has a great big bend in it. And now your left leg is lifting. You should be warm right here from the start. For my friends that are sore, you're going to feel this quickly. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Think about that single leg work. If you want to hinge forward a little bit more, you'll find a little bit more of a lift in that leg, which I'm fine with. I want you to think line under your booty and center booty. Keep that right knee bent. Keep that right knee bent and just squeeze with everything you have. Go into that bend and press for me. Tiny bend, big press. Tiny bend, big press. Yes, you can. Tiny bend and then extend. I know this is tiny, but this is your chance to think about where you are squeezing, what you are doing. Shoulders look really good right there. Core, keep them nice and relaxed. Core is pulled in nice and tight. Nice balance, Kathleen. Think about all the stability we're creating in those ankles. Bend and press for 5. Bend and press for 4. Final 2 changes in 3. Good. In 2. Now everybody hold for me. Can you pull that leg up just a hint? That left leg up a hint? Yep. Now pulse that right side down an inch and up an inch. In this pulse, I need you to bend your knee, find this length in your calf, fire up your thigh, bend down an inch, up an inch, down an inch and up an inch for 8 and 7. Beautiful. 6 to go. Legs should be getting nice and warm. 5 and 4. Good. 3 and a hold. 2 and a hold. Here's your final 15-second hold right here. Here's your opportunity. You can hinge forward a little bit more. You can zip up those abs. You can lift that leg, squeeze your glute with everything that you have. Point through your toe. Top of your foot faces that mat. 8, 7. Good. 6. I need everyone to meet me in a minute of body weight squats just to flush out those legs. And then we'll hit the mat in 3, in 2. Come all the way down. Open those feet up, heels in, toes out. And then I need you to find your squats for me. Lower down, lift and squeeze. Lower down, lift and squeeze. You have the option to add a heel lift in here, but we are just squeezing center booty, letting those hips have a moment to open up. Everyone is breathing right here. You are in it for another 45 seconds. Heart rates come up here just a hair, and then we'll go down to that mat. We'll focus on those abs arms. Lower, lift, and squeeze. My friends who want that extra challenge, get that heel lift in there. When we get to that last 15 seconds, if you want to jump, you can, but think about your form. Press your knees out. Keep the weight in your heels. Plug belly button in. Shoulders are relaxed. 20 seconds to go. I know you have this. I want heart rate to come up a hair here. You get a break after this, a sip of water, and we move those computers. Here we go. Finish it out nice and strong. You're at your 10-second mark. Get that butt down parallel to your knees. Lift and squeeze. Shoot those arms back. Squeeze your triceps. Final 5, 4, friends, 3, 2, 1, stand and rest. Nice series. Give those legs a little bit of a punch. Now's the time to take a sip of water. We are going to get ready to head down to that mat. So I want you to think to yourself as you get down there, we're going to go into some arm work. Can you bring your weights with you, please? And then meet me at the back of your mat. You're going to dive your hands down towards those feet. And then you're going to walk out into that high plank. It's just an isometric hold here. If you need to come to your forearms, my friends, with wrist issues, I'm fine with that. But find that plank for me. High plank or forearm plank. I'm fine with either. It's just 20 seconds for me right here. And then you're going to find that all 4 position. We're going to go into some tricep work next. You have 15 seconds in your plank. If you can zip up those legs, zip them up. Again, forearm or hand plank, you pick your poison, but we're starting to now get back into those arms and into that core. Final 5 seconds here. You're just going to come into an all 4 position in 3, 2, 1. Find that all 4 position. We start with those triceps. Spread fingertips out. You know this movement now. We've been doing it for a couple weeks. Spread fingertips out. I want your forearms coming down on a 2 count, and then we're going to lift and squeeze those triceps at the top. You're going to come down at that 2 count, and then we're going to lift and squeeze those triceps. What I want you to think about here, can you move your arms or your hands, an inch further towards those knees? Because I know that some of you are ready to really find that challenge spot. Don't let your glutes move. So what's going to happen here is your booties are going to want to come back. They don't move. It's only your arms, and your head comes right between that mat, like you're going to set your forehead in between those hands. 20 seconds still here. I want you to fire up triceps. You can use your balas or you can use your weights as we get into that tricep work in 5, in 4. Yep, nice, Kathleen. Those look great. Keep elbows in nice and narrow. 3, 2, 1. You'll meet me up at the top of that range right here. If you need to, and if you need any cushion for those wrists, you're welcome to fold that mat, or you can come into that hinge position. If not, I want you to stay in that all 4. Weight is going to come into your left hand. It's 3 changes. Weight comes into that left hand, soften that right hand. Make sure you're in that all 4. You're going to lift that arm up, and then you're going to let your fingertips or that weight tap the ground. Lift and squeeze, and then you come down and tap that mat. Big lift and squeeze, and then tap that mat. Full range movement to start. If you have a 3-pound weight, you're going to go a little bit slower than if you had a 2-pound weight. What I want you to think about here is pulling your shoulders away from your ears, keeping that arm long and strong, just like when we talk about a cast on your leg. That arm doesn't bend. I need you to contract and squeeze that tricep every time you lift and you lower. Think about on the exhale, contracting your abs. Inhale, lower, hand down. Give me 3 more. Keep that arm long and strong. You ditch the weight when you need to. Go body weight at any point in time. On this last one, I want you to hold that arm up at the top. Turn palm toward the midline, and you're going to go into that extension. Full extension. Give me a second at the top of that. So don't rush through it. Extend, squeeze, hold, and then bend that elbow. Extend, squeeze, and hold, and then bend that elbow. You should be able to fire your tricep up with or without a weight right here. You're in that extension for me. We're going to put those 2 big movements together in 8, in 7. So that full extension right here. And what we're going to start doing is leaving that arm long and strong. Keep your palm towards the midline, and then go into that full range movement. Meet me there in 3. In 2, full extension. So you're going to tap those fingers down or that weight down, lift up, and then you give me that kickback. So it's 1 full range movement and then 1 big kickback here. Nice job. All the way down, lift, squeeze, and then you bend and extend. Don't rush through it. You're staying at the top of your range. You have pulses and a hold left, so you're going to be just fine. We hold at the top in 3. So give me 1 more extension and 1 more full range lift. And then I want palm back towards the ceiling. And then I want you to start pulsing up an inch and down an inch right here. right at the top of your range. It's like you're reaching your arm long and strong, but you're also squeezing, keeping that arm contracted for 10 seconds, and then you have a hold. You're gonna be just fine. 9, 8, 7, and 6. Hold on to it. 5, 4, good. 3 and 2 on 1. Just hold. Just hold for me. Can you reach those fingertips any further? Can you squeeze your triceps? Belly button pulls in right here for 5, 4, yes you can. 3 and 2 on 1. Bring that arm back down for me. Find your child's pose for a second. Sink back off of those wrists, open knees up, and just let that lower back take a hint of a rest before we get back into that other side. Big inhale here, and then that exhale. Whatever stretch you need, you take it, and then I want you to meet me back in that all four position. You start with your forearm taps and your lift. Forearm taps, and then you lift and squeeze. Now you know how to challenge yourself here by pulling those wrists an inch closer, not letting those glutes move, and keeping those elbows in nice and narrow. Think about a minute and a half on this side as we go into that right dominant side arm since we started on your left. Less than 15 seconds in these taps. I want your shoulders and your triceps to think about me tomorrow. Final 5, 4, beautiful. 3 and 2. Meet me at the top. Arm is moving as your right arm. Grab that weight. It's that full range lift in your lower. Think about how basic these movements are, and then think about how you're engaging your core, the most perfect form you can give me here. So this is all about that neck. You're looking right in front of your hands, almost like you're looking a couple inches out. Just make sure you don't look at those knees. They're not moving. Protect that neck, and then exhale, contract abs, inhale, lower. Exhale, contract and reach, inhale to lower. Think to yourself in this movement, can I engage my abs? Can I get my abs warm while I'm working that tricep? You're gonna hold at the top for those tricep extensions in less than 10 seconds. Give me 2 more big lifts, palms facing that ceiling. On this last one, keep that arm up for me. Palm turns towards the midline, and then you go into your extension. Really big kickback. You bend that elbow, extend and squeeze. Notice that your elbow never lowers. Elbow stays at that nice height the entire time. Fighting to keep it lifted, fighting for that squeeze for me, less than 15 seconds. Really nice work, ladies. Big inhale and exhale. Core, those are great. Abs are nice and tight. And even if you decide that you need to find that hinge, just press into that quad. Let's go ahead and add this together in 3, 2, on 1. We bring that arm down, big lift and squeeze, and then 1 really big kickback. Lower down, lift and squeeze. And then you find that kickback. If you feel like this is too easy, you can pick up your pace a little bit, but really think about the squeeze in your tricep and the length in your arm when you do have it extended. 10 seconds right here. We're gonna head into those pulses. Palms are gonna face the ceiling in 5, in 4, keep going, watch your neck, keep looking right in front of those fingertips. 3, 2, palm stays lifted, turn it towards the ceiling and give me pulses. It's almost like you're reaching your arm 1 inch longer while you squeeze at the top of that range. You have this. Think to yourself right here in 5 seconds, you're in your last hold in 4, 3, 2, everybody find that final hold. Can you reach your arm 1 inch longer? Can you turn that palm towards the ceiling if it's not already there? Tuck tailbone under, squeeze your booty, give me 5, 4, 3, and 2. Arm comes down. Set it to the side. I want you to come right onto your bottom for me and lay all the way down. Quick transition into those abs. Triceps get a little bit of a break right here. Palms, excuse me, hands come behind your head, feet are flat. You're gonna just go into that regular crunch for me. But I want you to think about a 2 count as you lift and then a 2 count as you lower here. 2 count as you lift. I love it, I can't even sit on my bottom. And a 2 count as you lower. Think about your breath. You have a string pulling your nose up every time you lift, and then you lower down with control. Find a slight tuck in your tailbone. Exhale as you lift all the way up to the top. Inhale as you lower. So think about your upper abs getting nice and warm right here. You've got it. Lower down, and then find that big lift and squeeze. From here, I'm going to have you meet me at the top of your range in 3, Give me one more crunch in 2, and then stay at the top. Lift up here for me. Reach your hands towards those ankles. Tap left side of your foot, right side of your foot. So every time you reach, you're at the bottom of that sports bra. So only thing touching that mat is that line at the bottom of your sports bra. You're lifted so high. 5 and 4. Beautiful. 3. Stay lifted. And 2. On 1, come back through center. Float that left leg to tabletop, right leg to tabletop. You're going to lower down, hands lift towards the ceiling. You're going to reach back up. You'll tap that right toe down for me. You'll tap that left toe, and then you give me that crunch. So it's a big reach up. Tap that right toe down with control, that left toe down, and then you find that full range crunch all the way back up to the top. This is a slow series, upper abs and lower abs. Inhale as you tap that toe, exhale as you lift that knee for me. You meet me at the top of your range in 10 seconds. You have time to give me 1 or 2 more crunches, 1 or 2 more toe taps. In 5 seconds, you're gonna meet me at the top of that range. We're going into that dead bug in 3 and 2, alternating dead bug, right arm, left leg. And then that left arm, right leg, full extension, breathing through it. If you need to rest head, neck, and shoulders, rest head, neck, and shoulders. I'm fine with it. I need a full extension, reaching it towards that opposition. Inhale when you lower, exhale, squeeze, contract abs as you lift up. Meet me at the top of your range in 10, 9, good, 8, get nice and warm right here, 6, 5, 4, and 3, final 2, come back to center, hands come behind your head, hit your slow bicycle, twist, twist, good, really big reaches, really big extension in those legs. You should be starting to get fatigued and want the break. I'm not cueing it yet. If you need to take it, listen to your body. Stay in your bicycles for 15 more seconds, but stay slow and controlled. Can you lean and reach 1 inch further? Can you find that twist? Can you come up any higher? 10, 9, 8, and 7. Yes, you can. 6 and 5. Keep reaching. 4 and 3. Final 2. On 1, come back to center for me. Lower head, neck, and shoulders for a second. Reach your hands down to the side and then extend your legs towards the ceiling. Take a big inhale. I want you to reach your hands up just straight forward. From here, you're going to drop right leg to a hover, lift up, drop left leg to a hover. Drop right leg down to a hover, left leg to a hover. Can we start adding both together? Down on that 2 count, lift. If you need to modify, you're going to keep going 1 leg at a time. If not, you're lowering both legs and lifting both legs. You've got 5, 4, both legs lower, head, neck, and shoulders lower in 3, in 2, everything lowers all the way down, hands reach towards the ceiling, alternating via final 3 changes. Exhale, lift, tap that left ankle, inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift, tap that right ankle, inhale, lower down. So you're in a slow V up right here. 2 changes to go, that's it. Big inhale, big exhale. Yes, you can. Big inhale, big exhale here for me. Keep fighting through it. Keep reaching. 5 seconds. Good. 4 seconds. 3 and 2. On 1, lower everything down for me. Keep your toes pointed towards each corner of your mat. Hands come behind your head. Lift all the way up and then start giving me tiny little pulses. Up an inch, down an inch, up an inch, down an inch right here. Yes, you can. Big lift and squeeze. Pull belly button in, tucking that tailbone under just a little. 8, 7, final change in 6, good. 5, feel those lower abs. 4, press head into your hands. And 3, good. 2, on 1, lower down. Bring the bottoms of your feet together. Make a diamond shape with your legs. We're staying in those lower abs right here. Reach your hands toward the ceiling. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, you reach up right in front of your toes, come down on a 3 count, and then exhale, reach all the way up. So you're tucking your tailbone to come down on a 3 count. Don't just fall, don't just fall. 3 counts down, 1 count up. down, 2, 3. That's it. Nice, Kathleen. And then reach right back up for me. Final 20 seconds, and then your abs get a break. Big inhale, big exhale. Yep, big inhale. All the way up to the top on that exhale, and then you tuck under on that 3 count. Final 5. Knees come into your chest in 4, 3, 2. Knees into your chest, rest. Knees into your chest, rest. Here's that final, 10 minutes of work. Big inhale here. And then I want you to rock from side to side, just massaging that lower back. Take a sip of water if you need it. We are going to stay on the mat. We're going to come onto your right side. If you have a band, or I'd say a medium if you want to use it, it's going to go right above your ankles, or you can put your Bala on. If you have a band, friends, I prefer the band. You can also go body weight, and you're going to feel this. No issue there. So you're in the back of your mat, and then you're going to bring your feet to that front corner, and then I want you to hinge forward here. Press your hand into that mat. If you have a band on, the last change, I'm going to cue you to take it off in case I forget. Lift your heel. If you have a band, you're not going to come quite as high. If you are not using a band, you're going to lift a little bit higher. Think about lifting with your heel here. Toes are internally rotated or parallel. I need you to squeeze the bottom corner of that top leg. So this comes from that outer booty down your thigh. Keep pressing into that mat for 10, 9, good, 8 and 7. Keep lifting. 6 and 5. You've got it. 4 and 3. Last 2. Up and hold. Little pulses. Up an inch and down an inch. Up an inch and down an inch. Leg is going to get tired here from that standing work. 8 and 7. Final 6. Keep fighting. Go 5 and 4. Final 3. You've got it. 2 on 1. Little bend and extend right here. Little bend and extend. Get that hammy and that quad warm. Toes turn down, and you're reaching that leg up. It's not super high. Notice that you're focused on that outer thigh. You're still turned and tucked under here just a tad, so that you're not letting those hips open up. 5, 4, good, 3 and 2, 1, freeze. You're going to take that foot, you're going to squeeze, press back into that band. If you have it on, pull back. Notice that you do not need a band here to feel this. Squeeze center booty, but tuck your tailbone under and then come back to center. You're bringing that leg behind you, bring it right back to parallel. Keep that leg lifted for 8, 7, let that leg get tired. 6, 5, good, 4 and a hold. 3, 2, come back to center, hold. 1 change left. After this change, I need you to whip that band off if you have that band on. Can everybody point through their toes for that last change? Take band off here. You're going to bring your knee into your elbow, full extend, drop toe down, lift it up. Knee comes into your elbow, extend, tap down, lift, squeeze. Into your elbow, extend, tapping down, lift and squeeze for me for 8, 7, 6. Come onto your bellies here in 4, 3, 2 on 1. Roll right onto your bellies here. Bring those hands right under your shoulders. Press up into that modified plank. Walk down to your forearms. Pop up onto your toes. Right leg only. Hover that right leg. Give me those 10 pulses. 9, single leg work. 8, 7, good. 6 and a hold. 5, 4, 3 and 2. Drop it down. Step right foot out and in. Out and in. 8 more times right here. It's out, in. Finish for the hold for me. Out and in. You've got it. 6, 5. Yes, you can. 4, 3, 2. Everybody hold. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Hold, 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 hold. You can do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Quick transition, friends. We're coming right onto that other side. We're going to finish really strong right here. A couple minutes to go. Back is parallel to the back of that mat. Feet come to that front corner. Flex your foot. Slip that band back on. If you had a band or those Balas, press into the mat. Flex your feet. Lift, lower. If you don't squeeze from your glute, you're not going to feel this. Squeeze from your glute and release. Almost like you're pulling those obliques in to find that pinch. Lift and squeeze, lower. lift and squeeze, lower. I want you to think about your breath right here too. Inhale as you lower, exhale, press and lift. You're holding at the top in 5, 4, 3, 2, hold, little pulses, 10 pulses, 9 pulses. Yes, you can keep that foot flex. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, bend and press in 2, bend and press right here, little bend and extend, little bend and extend. Yes, little bend, big reach, get that heel to that opposite side. 10, 9, 8, let it burn. 7, 6, and 5, hold on to it. 4, 3, beautiful. 2, on 1, hold. You're gonna bring that foot back and then bring it right over top. Press and squeeze. So you have to almost tuck your tailbone like you want to opposition here. Bring it back up. So it's right in your center booty. Keep pressing that leg up. 5 right here. Good. 4 and a hold. 3 more. Big squeeze. Give me 2 more. 2 more. Big squeeze. On that last one, come back to center. Last hold. Lift leg up one more time. Turn those toes down. Everybody point through. Hold, 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 hold. Slide that band off if you haven't. Lift that leg 1 inch higher. Knee comes in, full extension, tap it down, lift and squeeze. Knee comes in, full extension, tap it down, lift and squeeze. Here's where you find a little bit more height for your finisher. 10 seconds here. 9, 8, 7, 6, yes, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, drop it down, come onto your belly. Forearm planks for me, forearm planks for me. Yes, you can. Lift that opposite foot up, right foot points, 10 pulses, 10, 9, 8, 2-minute warning, just so you know where you are. We're going right through the end. 7, 6, 5, 4, good, 3, 2, 1, drop that foot down, tap it out and in. You step it out, step it in. Yes, you can. 10 and 9, forearm plank for me in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, final hold right here. Final hold in those legs. You have this. Squeeze your inner thighs together for me. 5 seconds. You get a quick child's pose. We finish with push-ups in 3, in 2, open knees, find your child's pose. 8 seconds right here in your child's pose. Big inhale. You finish with your push-ups. You finish until you have to break, basically, meaning I want you to just give me those 2-count push-ups without taking a rest. The second you have to take the rest, you're out of it, you're in your child's pose. It'll have stopped by then, and you're gonna give yourself that nice little stretch on your own because I'm gonna bring you right through finish. Everybody meet me in that push-up form. You know how social I like to be, so this kills me. Everyone spread fingertips out. 2 counts down, 2 counts up. 2 counts down, 2 counts up. When this stops, I want you to finish and give me one last push-up. You press back into your child's pose. You're gonna give yourself a nice little cat-cow stretch at the end. You are most certainly gonna thank your body for all the work that you did today. I want you to keep fighting. Give me another solid 20 seconds. You're there. Big inhale, big exhale. Beautiful with those, Courtney. Those look awesome. Everybody, 10 seconds. You're pushing back into that child's